Hello everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another Airsoft pistol tabletop review. Today we're looking at the Cybergun Taurus PT24-7 G2, so Generation 2 Airsoft pistol. Again, this is the tabletop review, so there won't be any shooting. I haven't actually shot this gun. Really looking forward to shooting it. It does have a very high claimed FPS, so we'll see if that actually pans out or not when we do the field test shooting video later on. For now, we're going to look at things like specifications. We're going to do a little walk around of the gun, take a close-up look at it so you can get a good look at it. And if you haven't noticed, we have two versions here. We have the all black and then we have the two-tone, which has a, well, I'll call it a silver slide. It's kind of more of a grayish slide. Wouldn't call it nickel, wouldn't call it silver. On the website, we do refer to it as a silver slide, but I'm going to say it's more of a light gray. You'll also notice one has a red tip and one does not. They both came with red tips. I just took one off here for the black version, and it wasn't too hard. I used the old boiling water method. If you don't know how to take the red tips off, they're generally glued on because they don't want them easily taken off, but you can typically, if it's a plastic tip, you can put the gun or the tip of the gun, the barrel portion, in hot water, like really hot boiling water, for a couple minutes, and it should just come right out because the glue will melt. Alright, let's get into some of the specifications. The Taurus PT24-7 Generation 2 is a semi-auto with full blowback action. It uses 12 gram CO2 cartridges, so it's not a green gas gun, it is a CO2 gun. Probably why it has higher FPS. It shoots 6mm plastic airsoft BBs, has a 19 round double stack full-size dropout metal magazine that of course holds the BBs and the CO2. I've seen a lot of different specs for the weight on this gun. Even on our site it says 1.7 pounds, but I'm going to go with what I saw, which was 1.86 pounds or 844 grams. The gun does weigh in quite a bit with the full metal magazine, metal slide, polymer frame, so it does weigh in pretty good. The Taurus PT24-7 G2 is a single action only gun, so you're going to have to rack that slide the first shot, otherwise the trigger isn't going to do anything. It has a claimed FPS of 438, and that's using 0.20 gram airsoft BBs. It does have an internal BACS adjustable hop-up system, and again, the red tip is installed on the gun, but can be removed fairly easily. I didn't have any trouble removing it, again, using the boiling water method. Be careful not to burn yourself, of course. And again, it comes in both the all black and the two-tone silver/gray version. It is fully licensed, so it is fully Taurus PT24-7 G2 licensed through Cybergun and distributed by Cybergun. This gun is made in Taiwan. It does come in a nice cardboard box. You know, they've done a nice job. Not a lot of specifications on the box. You will see some here at the bottom. So CO2 6mm, metal slide, blowback, BACS adjustable. Here's your FPS. Now in the manual it does say they use 0.20 gram BBs for their testing. That's how I know. 19 round double stack magazine. You know, on the back you're just going to get some warning information. Not too much else. You can see here it is a Cybergun product. Now Cybergun is a distributor. They don't generally make their own guns. I'm not sure who makes this gun. I don't know if it's KWC, VFC. I don't know. You know, I don't think it's a KWC gun, but I could be wrong. All right, let's take a look at what comes in the box. Of course, you get your manual. All right, so you can see it's a double stack magazine. Shows you how to put the CO2 or adjust the CO2 screw. All right, how to put the CO2 in. Safety feature there. All right. No real specifications on here too. I tried to find out actually the barrel length for this gun. I don't know exactly how long the barrel is. It's not going to be super long, typical pistol length. Probably about 3 3/4 inches to 4 inches roughly. You will also get additional back strap. So what these do, this is the large one here. You would actually have to take this little pin out to do it, but you can put the large one in. It comes with the medium one installed. You also have a smaller one, so actually it would be the other way around. That would go up in there, and this is a small one because it does have a fairly decent sized grip. It doesn't look that big, but it's not a bad sized grip because it is fairly thick, right? But it's reasonable. It's not too bad. You do get some BBs, just a small bag. I'm not sure what the weight is, but they do feel pretty heavy, so they're probably 0.20 gram. Of course, you get your Allen key, standard Allen key. and of course the red tip is installed on the gun. All right, let's take a look real quick. We're going to primarily focus on the black one, but I might mix it up a little bit. All right, so you notice here we do have the Taurus licensing. You have your field stripping here. I will field strip it for you guys, but not just right now. I'll do it in a bit here. You do have Picatinny rail on the front, white dot sight on the front there, so you can see the threading for the red tip. Right. You have ambidextrous slide catch release and safety. This is metal. The safety is not. Wish it was actually. You also have your white dot sights, which are adjustable, by the way. On the back you can see there you can adjust the rear sight left or right for windage. Really nice textured grips, a lot of texture to them. Ambidextrous magazine release, okay, so you can push it from either side, right? So right side, left side, doesn't matter. There's your magazine. We'll take it out in a bit. Working grip or trigger safety, so you'll see you can't pull it back unless you have the trigger safety engaged, okay? More licensing. Ambidextrous safety. Slide catch release again. Take down lever or button, whatever you want to call it. More licensing. 24-7 G2, 6mm. Now, I did want to mention this. You'll notice there's a little bit of flex in the front here. I don't know if that's going to affect if you put something on the front here like a laser, but it almost seems to kind of separate a little bit. It's almost like it kind of comes down a little. In my opinion, it should be more flush like that, but the flex is kind of like, I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's just something I noticed, and you know, it's going to be one of my cons, I guess, at the end. You can't have a perfect gun. It's hard to get a gun that's absolutely 100% perfect in every way, but this one's pretty close. It's nice, you know. Other than that little gap there, and it's on both guns, so it's not just like a defect. It's just the way this gun's made. All right. Let's pull that mag out. So, double stack magazine. Obviously, you just load it, right? Load it on the top there. Put your BBs in. And you have your valve there. I don't have any CO2 in here. Put your CO2 in the bottom. Nice heavy full metal mag. Really nice. All black mag. Let's take a quick look at the silver version. So you can see here, that's what it looks like with the red tip on it. Okay. Not quite as nice, but no big deal. You can take it off, like I said. You do have the nice silver barrel, like looks like a chrome barrel. Got your breech, and your barrel is fully, you know, basically polished steel or whatever you want to call it. Right? It's nice in the two-tone with your slide, with your ejector here. In comparison to the slide being the gray. Right, that it does come with the sticker. I just took it off the black one. All the same, just a little bit different. You kind of have more of a two-tone look because you've got your sights, your ejector that are black on the gray. So it does look nice. It is nice. You'll see that gap is there as well. All right, I'm gonna do my best here to do a real quick field strip. Usually, actually, I think you need to rake the slide. And then you pull it back and forward to get the slide off. So you got to kind of rake the slide so that the trigger is basically in the shooting mode. I believe it helps it get it off. And then you pull your slide back with your takedown levers in the down position. You pull the slide back and then forward to get the slide off. So in here we have, it's really nice. I mean, this gun is really well put together. Everything's nice and heavy. You got good weight to everything. So you got your outer barrel, your inner barrel. So I'm going to say that this barrel kind of starts here. You know, it's probably close to 4 inches, just 3 3/4 to 4 inches. You do have an adjustable hop up, which should be the screw right here. Right, there's your hop up screw. Okay, pop that back in. Okay, let's put this back together. there it is, right? All back together. All right, let's go over the pros and the cons. All right, so the claimed FPS is, again, over 400 using 0.20 gram BB. So they're not saying 400 with 0.12 gram. They're saying 438 with 0.20 gram BBs. That's pretty fast, you know? I'm not sure if you're going to want to use this for close quarter shooting, but on the other hand, it would be a lot of fun shooting things like cans and stuff like that with the higher velocity. It does have full-length blowback action. It is a nice, accurate, licensed Taurus PT24-7 G2 replica in pretty much every way. It does have an excellent single-action trigger, by the way. The trigger is really nice. Like, it's just nice and light. The reset, you'll notice when it resets a little bit further back, right? So the reset is back there. And then we're going to pull it, and you're a little bit of take-up. It's really lightweight, and then the trigger comes back to the further position when the trigger is not, or when the hammer is not back, right? So it might be a striker, internal striker, but you'll notice it resets back here instead of up front. So really nice. And for some reason, there we go. Okay, put that back. Does have that double stack, full-size dropout metal magazine that holds the CO2 and the 19 BBs. We all love the full-size double stack metal magazines. Everybody wants it, so it's nice that it has it, of course. It's nice that it comes with additional back straps in small, medium, and large sizes. So if you have smaller or medium or large hands, you should be fine with this gun. And again, the rear sight is adjustable for windage. Another nice touch is that this gun is fully ambidextrous. The slide catches are ambidextrous, the safety is ambidextrous, and the magazine release is ambidextrous. As I showed you in this video, it's fully field strippable. Pretty easy to do so as well. And it does come with that red tip, but it's easy to remove. So a con kind of that it comes with it, but a plus that it's easy to remove. It's nice that it has an adjustable backs hop-up system. So you should be able to play around with the hop-up and the rear sight windage adjustments to get this gun to shoot pretty much wherever you want at whatever range. Few cons. Again, it does come with the red tip installed, so out of the box doesn't look the greatest with that red tip, but you can remove it pretty easy, so keep that in mind. The safety selector is plastic. I kind of wish that it was metal. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I don't generally use my safeties all that much. To be honest, the best safety is you not pointing the gun where it shouldn't be pointed, keeping your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Don't load the gun until you're ready to use it. Those types of things are going to be the best safety. And again, I did mention it when I was showing you around the gun. There is that little bit of flex near the Picatinny rail. It's not a big deal, but you do see a little bit of a gap there right at the end of the slide near the barrel opening. And I'm not sure how that would affect a laser, for instance. With a light, tactical light, it's not going to be a big deal, but a laser, it may affect it slightly. All right, that wraps it up. Keep in mind we have both of these guns in our Canada and US Replica Airgun stores over at replicaairguns.us for the US and replicaairguns.ca for Canada. So if you're interested in buying one, and I don't see why not, great looking guns, lots of FPS power, hopefully the accuracy is pretty decent. We'll find out when I do the shooting test. Also check out my written review over at replicaairguns.com where I post articles, reviews, usually have additional photos you can check out there as well. And if you're interested in other products, check out our Replica Airgun stores, again, for air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Until next time, take care.